Hey guys, how's it going? This is NextGD of Class GBWE. Been a while since we made videos. Yeah. So right now, just doing some deck profiles. I did some major deck building. Well, I can't really show you, but like, all my stuff's just laid out. Been doing some building. I've been making some decks, not really the most competitive stuff, but just stuff I like to play and find fun. And one of the decks that I definitely love, like, honestly, if I was to pick or if I was to have to consider one deck to play for, like, the rest of my life, this is probably one of the ones I would consider. X-Sabers, originally built them in November, actually. I sold them away to go fund some other stuff, but I missed them too much, kind of wanted them back. This is just my fun deck. It's not really anything, like, competitive I bring to tournaments. Like, I don't even have an extra deck for it. Like, I could show it to you, but it's just a bunch of, like, random staples and garbage. I had to sell most of my Synchro staples, like Black Rose, Bionic, just because I kind of, like, moving into the Exceed era of Yu-Gi-Oh! I just really didn't need Synchros anymore, except for, like, just some of that, like, Stardust and some other stuff I would want to keep. So, without further ado, let's give you this deck profile. For those of you who don't play Sabers, or maybe just got into the game, don't know what it is because there's all this Exceed stuff running around, I'll give like a quick breakdown and display some tech choices. Obviously, it's not the most competitive build, but like I said, you know what, it's a fun deck. I love the deck to death, like, so say what you want. Sorry about this lighting here, but this is like the best place I can line it up. So anyways, triple Fulham Knight. Long story short, summon this guy, he can negate one attack, and if he runs over something in defense mode, you get a monster back. 1300 attack, level 3 warrior, and it's a tuner, pretty good card. I like to run him at 3. Some people feel like 3 is too much and go for 2, that's understandable, but yeah. Triple Dark Soul, obviously this card is like, honestly, it's a giant, like, I'm just going to go discuss into these two cards. So, Triple Dark Soul, Triple Ember's Blade. Honestly, I have nothing else to say besides, like, this is the toolbox of the deck, okay? Ember's Blade, it's like giant rats for X-Sabers. Dark Soul, it just goes to your graveyard. End phase, you can search for any card, or any X-Saber card, monster, regardless of level. So, obviously, it's a pretty good card. Unfortunately, there was a ruling change. You cannot stack your searches anymore, which is understandable, but, I mean, I don't really mind, so it's still fun. Ember's Blade, like I just said, giant rat, search anything out, and, just get to thin out the deck or get Dark Soul or whatever else you need. Only 2 Boggart Knight, really. I feel like 3, and I guess the general consensus is that 3 is just overkill. 2 is pretty good as well, but this really just, like, sets up your fault role play. Just stack your hand with the Boggart, summon that special whatever, drop the fault roll, and go off. That's pretty much what you do with it. 2 Paschal, it's basically like a Spirit Reaper, except that for every turn that you have it in defense mode, or, sorry, every one of your opponent's turns that it's in defense mode, you take 2,000, or, my bad, 1,000. Otherwise, it's a level 2 tuner, it's a great card, also it's searchable by Reinforced Truth, which makes it a very versatile card for the X-Saber deck. And, obviously, you play Fault Roll, which is like the boss monster of, or, well, it's one of the trump cards of X-Sabers, so, I mean, really, I just wanted to, like, only play 2, mainly because I'm worried about having a deck that would clog up, etc., because I just wanted to avoid that. Like, you want the deck to be, like, as fast as possible, to be able to, like, set up, get ready, and then just go off. So, stuff that, like, clogs it, like Triple Boggart, Triple Fault Roll, that's just stuff I tried to avoid. And then we have 1 Airbellum, and some tech cards. So, Airbellum, Direct Attack, discard 1, and then Super Nimble Mega Hamster. Look at that, big ball for. Anyways, what you do, set that thing down, it gets flipped face up, and you can search out a beast, so that would be either your Dark Soul, or if you wanted to set up for next turn's offensive movement or synchro play, you would grab an Airbellum. Enough said. Gores, it's Gores. Don't really feel like I need to speculate. Neospatian Grand Mole is my personal tech choice. I used to play I would play Debris Dragon, I think, because, you know, you just go into Debris, Dark Soul, make a quick Black Rose. It was a very good top deck card, but, well, first of all, I don't have Debris anymore, which is, well, one thing. And, frankly, all my Veilers are in, like, my actual competitive decks. Like, I have Veilers in my Heroes and Windups, so, you know, just didn't really have anything else to put in. But I love Grand Mole. It's one of my favorite cards, just due to its ability. Like, you can summon the thing, even if they Veiler it, you're still going to have it for a while, or you're still going to have it for next turn. It's still going to have its effect back, so they're stuck unless they chain it or whatever. Moving on to the spells, Double Duality, I felt 3 was too much, so just that. And then actually the rest, oh, sorry about that. Double MST, just back row removal, and then the rest of that, just your basic staples, Dark Hole, Le Livre de la Moon, or Lune, Rhoda. Rhoda, actually, it probably shouldn't even be played in the deck. I felt like I should put it in. Frankly, the Searching Power, it's not like it's a bad card, honestly. I kind of just threw it in for lack of something else to put in, honestly. I would have been better off with something like Econ, you know, to work around with Dark Soul and Full Helm Knight, but whatever. I threw that in. Honestly, if I want to put in an Econ, like, it's not that difficult. I'll put one in later. I felt the Warrior Returning Alive was something that's necessary, though, because it doesn't have a level restriction, and if I lose a Fault Roll early, that's losing a pretty important card for the X-Saber build, so that's just why. And then one heavy, one monster. Moving on to the traps. No Solemn Warning for 2 reasons. First of all, I'm poor. I do not have 2 extras. They're in my Windup and Hero deck. The second reason being is that I actually kind of prefer playing Saber Hole. Because basically, it's like, I know how, like, most people would say, oh, it's not consistent enough to actually, consistent enough to actually be played in the deck, or to be used well. The reason being is, well, the chances are I'm going to have some sort of X-Saber card. That's the first thing. So that makes this card alive most of the time, especially since I have all this search power in terms of toolboxing, and my Rhoda Warrior Returning and Double Duality, so the chances of this card being live are pretty high. Second of all, honestly, if you summon a monster and I can just, like, flip this up, the only thing you could really do was a Judgment or Dark Bribe. Like, there's no way they're actually going to be able to, like, just Book of Moon my monster or do something else to get rid of the monster to break this requirement, since it is a counter trap. So that's kind of why I wanted to run it. 2 bottomless because it's bottomless. Like, I really don't feel like I need to explain that. Double Trap Stun because, honestly, that's another card I really like. I played in Heretics too. I didn't actually make a deck profile for you guys, but whatever. But yes, Double Trap Stun, it works with this deck. Like, it really does, okay? And then just your random array of staples. Only one Gotham's Emergency Call because I actually only have one. Reinforced Truth, like I said, just bring out the Paschal. It really helps in a pinch. And because I only have one Gotham's E-Call, just call the Haunted. Alright guys, so that's my X-Saber deck profile. Really, I'm not going to show you the extra deck because I don't have it. It's non-existent. Like, I have a Gotham's. That's still pretty sad though. So anyways, hope you liked it, but I'm going to do a ton more deck profiles for you today before I forget to do some. Anyways guys, be sure to comment, rate, subscribe. Peace.